Super. So there was a bit of volatility last night in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and none of them went as far as XRP went. They actually stayed within their sideways channel, and Bitcoin came up to that invalidation line, touched it, and from then onwards started coming down. And it's retraced. So the whole lift was about 9%. Very hard to trade. Like it's one of those trades that if you want to jump in, happy days, but you'd have it very hard to plan. And it's retraced 5.5% already. And in my opinion, it's going to come down to at least 20,800, at least the bottom line here, at least this downward, sorry, the bottom line of the sideways channel. Now, we had, technically speaking, from the trading perspective, we had this M formation that was giving so many signals that it is gonna happen. It is gonna take us to 19,000. But this M formation actually turned into a sideways channel for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, in this sideways channel, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we still need a couple of swings for this sideways channel to show itself, to see where it is going. Because they generally do two functions. They're either reversal patterns or they're continuation patterns. So this sideways channel can break either way. If you're in a trade right now in either of them, I suggest you get out either at the bottom here or at the top here, because I think there's still a bottom and there's still a top in this, just to be on the safe side, and then wait for this to prove itself, because it's going to be a 10% move that you can plan for and that you can watch and see and get in on the trade when it happens. So that will be a trade that will happen, and you can technically plan your strategy for it, rather than be here in the middle of all of this and pray it's going to go your way. So the downwards move wasn't invalidated, but the whole pattern is now a sideways channel. So we're no longer looking at a peak formation coming down. We're looking at a sideways channel. In terms of the EMAs, on the 1 hour, we've just lost support. It looked great because we had the 5, we had the 20, we had the 50, and now we've lost the support of all of them, and the 5 is turning down. Now again, I'm looking at the Bollinger as a possibility for a bounce, and then again there it can do a nice reverse head and shoulders if it wants to go up, or if it wants to break down. Breaking the previous down still remains the confirmation point. On the day, we've tried to reach the 5 on the day. We haven't managed to. We've come pretty close to it, like 23 grand, 52, and we've reached 22,919. I'm honestly surprised they didn't reach the 23K mark. I'm pretty sure there were a lot of stop losses there. I'm still of the same opinion on the day. It looks like we still can go down to the 19,000. There's nothing invalidating the scenario of some more downwards movement. Now, Ethereum has done almost the same, except for two things. It didn't come up as high to the invalidation of the downward move line, and it didn't go that low when breaking the bottom line. So it was a lot neater to look at. Now, I like keeping my channels and my trend lines and constantly looking at them, because they give me a clear picture of where we are. In the volatility yesterday, there was so much going up and down that, especially for XRP, you wouldn't be able to tell, what's going on, where it is. But if you see that it's still in the sideways channel, the space it's moving in. And again, if you are in long in Ethereum, you might still if I were in a long, what I would do is next time it reaches, for instance, the top line, I would take, or thereabouts, I would close my position. And again, same for the short, I would close my short as it reaches the bottom line and then wait to see what it does. Now, these are big moves, so when they break, it's worth waiting for. Like, for instance, this sideways channel, I'm just showing you another technical example. So this sideways channel, how it moved, how Ethereum moved in it. Again, you can get caught and you can get very tired watching the ups and the downs of this, or you can just get out, close your position, have your capital safe, and then when it shows itself, go in. Now, there will be fake outs. For instance, what happened, I'll call them fake outs, but again, they're within the natural ranges. So if you see, for instance, and that's the risk that we take as traders, but this risk is covered by the reward that we get from the successful trades when we play them right. So, for instance, here, if you're taking your signals on the 15-minute, it did close below. You went in a short here, but then as you monitor and you see it coming back onto the line and gaining support back up, again, close the position. It might be a small loss, but close the position, because you don't always get a double tap there, and you might have been in this 90% stop loss battle all the way. So when you see your trade becoming invalidated, like we saw, for instance, this M formation, this triple top formation become invalidated here, take a small loss and then close the position and wait for this to show itself. In terms of the MAs, let me change to Ethereum. XRP was a lot more volatile last night than both of them. Now, again, we have lost the support on the 1 hour for everything. We've lost the 50, we've lost the 20, and both the 5 and the 10 are turning down. The 4 hour, the 4 hour had a nice crossing of the 5 upwards, showing a little bit of support. Now, this could be an impulse on the 1 hour showing itself on the 4 hour as well. So I'm not excluding a possibility to go up one more time, another leg up, and then come down to test the bottom, the support and resistance here on the 786 at around 1100. So that might happen too. But as it stands, we are in a sideways channel. We have lost support on the shorter time frames. And if I go to the monthly, so here is where we are. We seem to be holding 50 on the monthly, which is great. Again, we might be holding it to perfection and move up from here, or if we take this death cross into account, and if I think if this month again closes below this, we might see some more downwards movement. At the moment, I would be watching. I mean, at the moment, I would be watching the two sideways channels, for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm in two minds as to where it's going to go. These channels have potential for both ways. So once a line breaks, we can tell if it's held broken, or if it's just used to bounce off. It's the opposite direction. Again, it's after such a volatile time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now there comes some time for consolidation. Whether that's reversal or continuation is yet to be seen. So that's Ethereum and Bitcoin. No, in the London session, because we started. I'll see you for the New York update.
That's great. Thanks, Mihaela.
You're very welcome.
Now, let me share a screen. Use this one here. Okay. No, wrong screen. Sorry. This one. Okay, so let's have a look at XRP. So I'm going to zoom out here. This is my monthly chart. Yeah, this is my monthly chart. It basically says we've only had one bull run and correction, second bull run and correction. We haven't had a third yet. Is this, well, the rest of the market seems to have a bull run. We haven't had XRP hasn't had a third bull run yet. Yeah, but I'm going to zoom in here because this is very interesting. So what I want you to notice, this blue line here, this white line here, and this yellow line here. So do you see the channel down? Is this is the support channel. This is the support channel, blue line on a much longer term. And then equally this white line here, again, you can see the support and resistance of it. Yeah. So when you zoom in, and it's on the daily at the moment, when you zoom in on the daily and you look at what's happened the last couple of days, is you can see that it broke this long-term support line here, the blue one, broke below it, bounced onto this white support line, and then equally this yellow support line. So bounced onto it, back up, hit it last night, and again here we are getting a rejection candle back down. Yeah, so essentially we're playing in this space at the moment, and the question is, you see these blue lines here, is it going to go down and come down onto these next set of support and resistance lines? So so that's the question, but you can see the play of it here. And look how exact it is. I've had this blue line in for months, and look how exact it is here. Yeah. Equally these support lines here. So that's what's playing out on the daily. When here's the 15-minute arc, and again I've reset it because of this lift. I'm going to put it on the hour for now, just to zoom out so you can see. So now maybe the 2 hour make it easier to see. So you can see the yellow channel here, the green channel here, and then the white. There's another white line here. I took it out because I think we're past it, but it basically is playing a center line here. Yeah. Equally, this green line here, they're both playing center lines through price action. Look, it's resistance, support, a little bit of resist, a little bit of support, and resistance, support. So it's playing out. And same with this white line. Look, resistance, support, support that fails. And here you can see a break in the divergence for the lift, and then it collapses again. So when you zoom in, and again you can see these red lines here, see these, a drop, see these lines, and here's another red line, and we've broken through it. Yeah. So again, we're looking for what's going on when we come down here. Yeah. So you can see these blue support lines again. So when we zoom in, and we go back into the, let's say the hour for now. Actually, I'll do this, the 4 hour. And I'm going to show you for the 20, the white line here, breaking the blue line, is the crossover here is the spill. It's anything from a 20% spill to a 50% spill. At the moment, it's about 28, 29, yeah. So now what we need to see is we need to see price action to break this. is we need to see price action start getting above the 55 and rolling on, yeah? So you can see on the 4 hour is it broke up through the 20 EMA. Okay, so now this is the story with regards to the EMAs, yeah? Is when you look at the 3 hour, again, it got rejected at the 55. So this break got rejected at the 55. It's now coming back onto the 20 EMA on the 4 hour. Now you can see the VWAP here is at the moment is every hour that turns, the VWAP is sharply coming down, yeah? So now the question I'm asking is with this drop, are we going to come up to this line here at 38 or so to do a full mountain peak, or are we going to have a capitulation here and then for the continuation down? So that, because there's a level here as well. So we've reached this level. Is it going to take a bounce and come back up? So that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. So there's the 4. Oh, we did the 4 hour. There's the 3 hour. Okay. So here's the 2 hour. Okay. So again, the 2 hour. There's the 55. Breaking back below it. There's the 20 again, and you can see this line from yesterday where I was talking about this drop. Everything was looking for a spill here. And again, this line was a challenge. If it broke this line, it looked like it was going to head back up. Yeah. Last night when it broke down, every MA was looking absolutely spilly except for the 10 hour. All of them were super spilly. The 10 hour, the VWAP and the 5 were turned up, and it looked like that was the only thing left holding it up. And then when that went, the rest was going to drop, and it was the only one. Everything else looked like it was going to drop like a lead balloon. But lots of volatility. Look at the volatility here, and then boom, takes a bit of a breather. But here we are in the 2 hour. Here we are in the 2 hour. Now the 1 hour, this is why I'm honing it in like this. Is when I look at the 1 hour. The internet here now. There we go. On the 1 hour is, you can see it broke through. Is now it's coming back down. The correction on this impulse at a 786 would be about 3065, about that. So there, let's say that the 618 will be 3050. Let's say 3150 to 3050. Yeah. And again, XRP has been doing a lot of 786s lately. Yeah. Is if it was for continuation up, this line I think is the decision. Is if this is going to bounce and head up more, it's going to bounce off this white line, bounce off the 05, and bounce off the 55 on the hour, and head back up. Okay, and that would be the greater pump. Yeah, heading up to 38 or so. Yeah, is, to be honest, it looks like it's going to break down. It looks like it's going to at least head for the 786. Just the way it's moving now, it's coming down pretty fast. Yeah, excuse me. So if this breaks, is if we see the 20 cross the 55 here again, we could be back in for a greater spill. Now it can also, is as Mihaela was saying, is it can come back down here, do a correction, and back up for another impulse, and again we have another wave of sideways before we actually get our answer. Yeah. So for sure that could also happen as well. That's clearly on the cards. Now, one of the things that I'm watching for is now we're on the 15 minute, and this is the 15 minute arc, yeah? Is you can see where the turn here, the 15 minute pumped this up. So now, the 20 crossing the 55. So now look at it spilling here. Is if this 20 crosses this 55 here, again, we're heading down for a stronger push. So if this 15 breaks, is definitely, I think we're heading for the 786. Is if it's for a stronger push and that the hour breaks with it, is we could be breaking and we might not have that sideways. Is we might just have capitulation and we head for the drop. Yeah. Excuse me. But again, we'll still need confirmation. Is now this line is after setting itself here. So if it is going to break, we'd want to see it breaking 29.7. So remember the correction here of this impulse would be about, the 786 is about 3067, 3070, yeah? Is if it starts breaking below that, is, okay, if it starts breaking below 29.71, is if we start seeing that, then it's starting to potentially look like it's going for a bigger spill. And again, this support line here is 29. If we start to see a break 29, it looks like we're heading down to, there you go, 24, 20, 25. Maybe hit this white support line here at 2026 or so. So can you remember what these lines are? These center lines, the green one and the white one, is touching off these is very possible. But we got to see. I think the decider is right now is, do we break 32, 33, and then I believe the correction here is about 30, 60, 30, 65, say 36, 70. We break this. We start breaking below this. Again, it looks like we're in for a bigger drop. If we get the bounce here, is again, as Mihaela said, we get the sideways action, and then we get our decision. And again, bounce off this line, and we'll get our decision later on. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. Here's the same story here I just told you. Yeah. So, is there anything else I want to point out? No, that's pretty much I've said everything I've said there. I could go in and tell you the same story in all my different charts, go on for another 20 minutes, but I'm not going to do that because I think I'll tell the story here. Okay, so just to simplify again, is if it turns up here, I think we're definitely heading up to 38. Break this line, which it looks like we're going to do, is then we're heading down to, let's say, 30.60. Is we get a retrace here, is we're probably going to do up around the similar, up to 35 again, and do another wave like that, yeah. Or we break 29 and we begin to spill down, yeah. So that's it. That's essentially it. Let's see what happens here, and we'll see. So London seems like it's going to take it down. Maybe New York needs to, the first part of New York might need to push it down as well. After that, let's see where it wants to go.